Assalamu alaikum. I am Shahid Hassan, welcoming you at the first English bulletin on BTV and BTV World. The Cabinet has approved in principle the draft of Finance Companies Act 2021. The approval was given at a Cabinet meeting chaired by Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina yesterday. The Prime Minister attended the virtual meeting from Gana Bhavan. The meeting was attended by members of the Council of Ministers and concerned secretaries. Under the draft of Finance Companies Act 2021, non-banking institutions will not be able to carry out any financial activities without the approval of Bangladesh Bank. After the Cabinet meeting, Cabinet Secretary Khandokar Anwarul Islam said this at a briefing at the Secretariat. Cabinet gave in principle and final approval to the draft of the Opposition Leader and Deputy Leader's Remuneration and Privileges Act 2021. Cabinet also approved in principle the draft of Bangladesh Homeopathic Medical Education Act 2021. Replying to a question by reporters on whether the Cabinet has any decision on the lockdown, the Cabinet Secretary said that the field administration has been instructed to impose lockdown in areas which are vulnerable to corona infection. The Cabinet Secretary added that the Cabinet members, including the Prime Minister, called upon the media to campaign more to motivate people to follow the health guidelines. The meeting approved the draft of agreement between the government of Bangladesh and Botswana on visa exemption for holders of diplomatic and official passports and the draft of Bangla and English versions of National Financial Insertion Strategy. A consignment of 1,620,000 Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 doses has arrived in Dhaka, the first under the international vaccine sharing platform COVAX. A Qatar Airways jet flew the Pfizer shots under the World Health Organization-led program, landed on Hazrat Shah Jalal International Airport after 11:15 p.m. yesterday. Mohammed Shamsul Haq, a line director at the Director General of Health Services, said the doses would be kept at the designated ultra-cold storages of the expanded program on immunization. This is the third vaccine Bangladesh is using in its inoculation drive against the coronavirus. The country has administered around 10 million doses of the Oxford University AstraZeneca vaccine. A drive to administer over 1 million Sinopharm shots as gift from China is going on. 36 COVID-19 patients died and 1,710 new cases were traced yesterday in the country. Directorate General of Health Services, DGHS, in its routine daily statement said the death toll has risen to 12,619 from coronavirus and the tally of infections has risen to 8,540,000. The recovery count rose to 7,40,317 after another 1,567 patients recovered during the past 1 day. The statement said 9.41% of 18,178 samples tested were positive yesterday. DGHS statistics showed that people infected from the beginning, 92.48% recovered while 1.58% died. The statement said of the 36 deaths, 4 is between 31 and 40 years, 5 in their 40s, 9 in their 50s, while 18 are above 60 years. 25 out of the 36 people died today are male, while 11 were female. DGHS informed yesterday that 9 people died in Dhaka Division, 12 died in Chattogram Division, 8 died in Rajshahi Division, 6 died in Khulna Division, and 1 died in Sylhet Division. Information and Broadcasting Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood has said the Home Ministry should be entitled to issuing national identity cards like that of other countries in the world. He said this while briefing journalists at the National Press Club yesterday. The Information and Broadcasting Minister responded to the demand of BNP leaders on sending Khaleda Zia abroad. He said the BNP leaders should thank the government for facilitating the highest treatment to convicted Khaleda Zia in a free environment in a state of jail.
জাতীয় পরিচয়পত্র আর ভোটার আইডি কার্ড এক বিষয় নয়। জাতীয় পরিচয়পত্র দেওয়া হয় যে শিশুটি জন্মগ্রহণ করবে করার পর থেকে শুরু করে একেবারে আমৃত্যু যারা বেঁচে থাকেন সবাইকে জাতীয় পরিচয়পত্র দেওয়া হবে। পৃথিবীর সব দেশে এই জাতীয় পরিচয়পত্র আইদার স্বরাষ্ট্র মন্ত্রণালয় অথবা অন্য কোনো মন্ত্রণালয় করে, এটি নির্বাচন কমিশন করে না। নির্বাচন কমিশন শুধু ভোটার তালিকা নিয়ে কাজ করে। যখন এটি একটি প্রকল্প হিসাবে শুধু ভোটার তালিকা প্রণয়নের বিষয় ছিল, তখন সেটি নির্বাচন কমিশনের হাতে ছিল, যেটা ছিল যৌক্তিক। যখন এটি ভোটার তালিকা নয়, এখন ন্যাশনাল আইডি কার্ড করা হচ্ছে, তখন এটি আসলে সরকারের হাতে বা সরকারের সংশ্লিষ্ট মন্ত্রণালয়ের হাতে থাকায় যুক্তিযুক্ত। পৃথিবীর সব দেশেই তা। এবং প্রথমত এই ন্যাশনাল আইডি কার্ড এটি দেওয়ার জন্য যে তথ্য মাধ্যম, সেটি স্বরাষ্ট্র মন্ত্রণালয় সংগ্রহ করে। স্বরাষ্ট্র মন্ত্রণালয়ে পাসপোর্ট দেয়। এই দেশে যারা অবস্থান করছে তাদেরকেও স্বরাষ্ট্র মন্ত্রণালয়ে পাসপোর্ট দেয়, তাদেরকেও ন্যাশনাল আইডি কার্ড দেওয়া হবে। সুতরাং এখানে এই ক্ষেত্রে যে সিদ্ধান্ত হয়েছে সেটি সব অন্যান্য পৃথিবীর অন্যান্য দেশের মতোই সিদ্ধান্ত, এবং এটি ন্যাশনাল আইডি কার্ড দেওয়ার জন্য। আর ন্যাশনাল আইডি কার্ড দেওয়ার পর 18 বছরের বেশি বয়স্ক যারা ভোটার হওয়ার জন্য উপযুক্ত, তাদের তালিকা তো অবশ্যই সেটি নির্বাচন কমিশনের হাতে হস্তান্তর করা হবে। তাই এখানে যেটি নির্বাচন কমিশন থেকে যে আশঙ্কার কথা বলা হয়েছে সেটি আসলে অমূলক, এবং এটি স্বরাষ্ট্র মন্ত্রণালয়ের হাতে থাকাই যুক্তিযুক্ত।
Earlier, the Information and Broadcasting Minister, Dr. Hassan Mahmood, took part in a discussion marking World Tobacco Free Day organized by the Anti-Narcotics and Drugs Organization, MANOSH. Dr. Orup Ratan Chaudhary, the founder chairman of the organization, among others, also spoke. The Information and Broadcasting Minister laid emphasis on family awareness to keep youths away from smoking. Now, international news. The World Health Organization, WHO, has announced a new naming system for variants of COVID-19. From now on, the WHO will use Greek letters to refer the variants first detected in countries like the UK, South Africa, and India. The UK variant, for instance, is labeled as Alpha, the South African Beta, and the Indian as Delta. The WHO said this was to simplify discussions but also to help remove from stigma from the names. Earlier this month, the Indian government criticized the naming of variant B16172, first detected in the country last October as the Indian variant, though the WHO had never officially labeled it as such. Meanwhile, the death toll in India climbed to about 332,000 and the total tally of COVID-19 cases is about 2,81,74,000. The United States, the worst corona-affected country in the world, has now over 3,41,13,000 confirmed cases and about 6,10,000 deaths. Meanwhile, COVID-19 global death toll reaches about 35,65,000 and over 14,62,000 people have been infected globally. At least 50 people have been killed in 2 overnight attacks in the Democratic Republic of Congo's deeply troubled east. The Allied Democratic Forces, ADF, which has been linked to the ISIL militant group, is behind the attack in villages of Boga and Chabi in the eastern Ituri region, a military official said. The 2 villages lie on the border between North Kivu and Ituri provinces, is an area where the ADF is believed to be active. One community leader said children and the elderly were among the victims. That's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for staying with us. Khuda Hafiz.